Hello ladies and gentlemen, I went ahead and purchased 1,000 Ranarr seeds from the Grand Exchange. We're about to find out how many Ranarr weeds I harvested with those 1,000 Ranarr seeds. But in addition to that, and more importantly, I want to do a quick guide on herb farming in old school RuneScape. Most efficient way to do it, all the bonuses you can utilize to get the best yield. For the required items, I like to bring a rake just in case. Sometimes you get unlucky with timing and the weeds pop up and you got to clear them. And then a seed dibber if you have not done the barbarian training, which I haven't bothered to do it. So a seed dibber, and then a spade and secateurs. Of course, the magic secateurs do boost the yield, so ideally you've got those wielded. Then of course the seeds you're going to plant, and the best compost you can use. So in my case, I've got the bottomless compost bucket and it's filled with ultra compost. And then you're going to need all your teleports, which we will go over in the next section. The closest possible teleport you have to the farming patches. Now we're going to go over all of the farming patches along with their requirements, if they have requirements, and the fastest ways to teleport to them. There are 10 herb patches in the game. The first one is here, south of Falador, and the second one is here, west of Port Phasmatis. The third one gives me the most nostalgia personally, the Catherby farming patch. Fourth, we've got the farming patch north of Ardoon. Next, we've got the herb patch in Hasidius, next to the Xeric's Talisman teleport, and we've got the Trollheim patch. Then this one has a hefty requirement, but we've got Harmony Island, and we've got the herb patch on Weiss, and of course the herb patch in the Farming Guild, and lastly the most recently added herb patch on Civitas Ilafortis on Varlamore. One quick thing I want to also point out, when you're harvesting the herbs, as I'm doing on the screen right now, make sure to spam click the patch and your character will start double harvesting. It'll just increase the speed at which you do harvest. The last thing I want to talk about before we get into the loot from 1,000 Ranarr seeds is boosts. There's a lot of bonuses when it comes to farming herbs. I'll have the main ones highlighted in orange, but they'll be going through the screen, and the main ones are, the huge one is up to a 15% yield from Catherby, depending on your Kandarin diaries. Then if you've got the hard Current and Kebos diary, that's an extra 5% yield in the Farming Guild and the Hasidius patch, so that's clutch. And you can't forget the magic secateurs. That's such an easy 10% extra yield. You just need to do the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest. The only bonus I was actually missing was the last one with the disease-free patch near Civitas Ilafortis, but I had all the other boosts, so that's something to consider in this final loot that we're about to see right now. Alright, after 1,000 Ranarr seeds, equivalent to 100 herb runs with all 10 patches unlocked, we ended up with 9,749 Ranarr weeds. Okay, after the tax and everything, we finally get 62.2 mil. Now, seeds are not cheap, so there was a lot of expenses here, so once we add those into the calculation, we get a final profit of just under 35 mil. 34,849,000. One final thing I want to mention, you search up herb farming OSRS on Google, first article herb patch is going to have everything I detailed in this video in written form, but also it's going to have a calculator for the most profitable, among other things, herbs you can do. So obviously you're not going to do goutweed. The most profitable right now is Ranarr weeds, followed by snapdragons. Snapdragons, they're a good option if you want a little bit more XP. Ranarr weeds are the king for cash.